Alright then gang, so we saw in the last video that we kind of achieved this primitive form of two-way data binding. And by two-way data binding, I mean that when the data is changed in the HTML template, like here, then it updates the data property right here on the Vue instance via this. And then in turn, when this is updated, anywhere that we reference that property in the template, that also updates as well. So that's two-way data binding. Now, there is an easier way to achieve this concept of two-way data binding using one simple Vue directive. So what I'm going to do for now is, first of all, get rid of this method. We don't need that anymore, so I'll save that. And then secondly, we don't need to reference this method over here. Now, if we want to do the same thing, whereby when we type in this input field, it updates that data property, the name, on the Vue instance, and then when that updates, it updates here in the template where we reference that. We can do that same thing using one directive. That directive is called v-model. So what we're doing now is we're saying, okay, we want to associate or attach this input field with a model or data property inside our Vue instance. That's what it means. So we need to tell Vue which data property or which model we want to associate this input field with. So we'll choose the name property. So Vue is going to look at this and say, okay, so I want to associate this input with the name property or the name model inside our data. So it's going to do that, and it's going to hook up that two-way data binding for us, so that now if we change the value of this, then it's going to automatically look for this property on our Vue instance, update that, and then therefore this will update where we reference it. And vice versa, if we ever change this inside the Vue instance via a method or some other way of changing this data property, then it's also going to reflect inside this input field as well. So let's save that and view it in a browser. And you'll notice straight away that we have Ryu as the value here. And that's again because we've set up this kind of model, this two-way data binding. Whatever the data property is here, it's also going to be reflected in here as well. Okay? So if we change this now to Yoshi, you can see this does exactly the same thing as we did before, only now this is much easier. And also, if we output this several times, I'm going to just output it underneath the input field as well. This is also going to work. So again, I saved that, so it refreshed, and we started again with the Ryu property for the name. But as we type in a different name, it's going to update in both cases at the top and the bottom. Okay, so that's a really easy way to achieve this two-way data binding, and you'll find that we will be using this quite a lot, especially when it comes to forms and getting information that a user has typed in, so we can easily take that information and maybe save it to a database or do something else with it.